Welcome to the Star Warrior Prime Reviews, and today we will be reviewing the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions, part of the Rising Suns wave. We will be reviewing Attlus the Conqueror, I think it is, or yeah, the Conqueror. I could be reading that wrong. Version 2. As you know, this character has come out before, but now it is coming out in this new wave. This is a really cool wave. A lot of the characters are from the House of the Noble Bear and the Rising Suns, which is like the mercenary group. I will be reviewing this guy today. This character is really cool. He has a really cool backstory. I definitely suggest you go to the Four Horsemen Studios website and look up the story for all the different characters in this wave, because they have some really awesome, story. This character was a gladiator, kind of lost prince kind of moment, rose up in the ranks of the arena, decided to rebel, and kind of, did his own thing, and then he got his own house together. So he's one of the, how we have the four horsemen and then we have the four heroes. Him and the Rising Suns are kind of like two of the other side groups that are really cool. But yeah, packaging is really awesome. You have the Noble Bear house right there. You have the rest of the characters in the wave that are really awesome. Really cool box art on the back, and the figure just looks incredible. But enough of that, let's open them up and see what we got. And here we have Attlus out of the package, and whoa, this is an awesome figure. The fact that this figure only cost $50 and has all this paint hits and pieces and has complete unique tooling when it comes to these accessories and stuff like that is incredible. Look at like the head sculpt is just incredible. There's all kinds of paint apps on the belt. Look at all those fine details. That's incredible. Then there's this really cool sheath. It's insane to see all the detail Four Horsemen put into it. And that's just the base figure and its accessories that are on it. It's even got soft goods all over it. So, oh man, I didn't even notice the coloring back here. That is incredible. But yeah, paint is amazing. It is our standard Four Horsemen articulation. A little different because there are different aspects to it, because he has armored pieces here and there, so he can go about that far with the arms. Leg can go out that far. And then, unlike some figures, they do get a little bit more range back compared to other figures, and then a lot of range forward. They are single jointed figures, but that is okay because it can still get a lot of articulation up like that with the leg. There is a boot swivel here and kind of bends up and down there. Boot swivel here, bends up and down there. There is some rocking here, and I believe this one could rock, but it's a little stiff right now. I don't want to break it. Just really awesome details here and there. The arms, of course, are single jointed arms like the legs, but like I said, you get a lot of articulation here and there. We've covered a lot of Four Horsemen figures here. We know all the awesomeness of them. But yeah, no, it is just incredible. But yeah, pretty much that's all the articulation. The hands, there's several different hands we're going to go over with different kind of, rockers and stuff like that. You will be able to strike this guy in any pose you probably want to strike it in. It's even got a really good waist swivel / kind of crunch in a way due to their articulation. Head is pretty much, well, the ponytail moves. That's awesome. So the ponytail is articulated. Head is completely movable with a lot of head movement because of the ball joint on a hinge up there. Oops. So you can kind of see that. And because it's on a ball joint, that's really nice. You can get all kinds of head rock and stuff like that. He has a really cool necklace on, I just noticed when I took off the head. That's cool. But yeah, let's go over the accessories real fast. He has a really awesome long sword / great sword kind of situation. Really well painted gold and brown with the silver there. That can go on his back if you want to. There is the sword that goes on the side of him that scabbard. And it's kind of like a gladiatorian sword, a gladiator sword, kind of really cool looking. There is the dagger and sheath right here. That's just awesome. So he already has like 3 different swords. There's a really cool blue gem there. But why not give him an axe too? Because he is a kind of like barbarian gladiator character. And this axe, I believe it's a unique axe for the character. I could be wrong, but that is just incredible, the amount of paint hits that are on the axe alone. Golds, silvers, steels, blues, a wash. It's just incredible. Then there's the shoulder pad that he has, and this part actually can come off if you want to, and it can move, because there's an extra piece right here if you just want like a basic gold piece. But let's be honest, I'm keeping that bear on. That looks awesome. But look at that. Whoa! That is just awesome, the amount of detail in these shoulder pads. Just the leathers, the gold studs, the browns, the golds, the blues. It's just really awesome looking. And like always, lots of hands. So many hands. We have a clinching fist hand for the left hand that is in armor. A open hand that's kind of more expressive. Those are all on kind of forward rockers. This one that's kind of like a gripping hand, same kind of situation. This one is on a side rocker, and that's because it's a sword gripping hand. And then kind of the same thing with the left side. There is, I think, 1 for 1 all the same. Yeah, expressive hand, slight gripping, expressive hand, gripping hand, which is the only one on the rocker that goes like that. And then a fist hand. So yeah, about the same kind of hands, just one in armor, one not. The right hand is the unarmored one, the left hand is the armored one. Then we have this really cool alternate helmet that has history with the character. I believe this is the helmet he wore in the gladiator battles. It's got a really cool bear at the top, the blue. Once again, just all kinds of amazing paint apps that just make it pop and make the character kind of have, you know, story to it. And then there's this really cool soft goods kind of cloak that goes over his shoulder, and it's wired, and it is amazing. It's got like a solid fabric on the back, fur on the front side that'd be facing. But yeah, it's just an amazing figure. So now I'm going to strike him in a cool pose and give my final thoughts on it, which I'm sure you know are going to be fabulous, because it is just an amazing figure. And here we have Attlus in his awesome pose with all of his accessories on. The dagger, the gladiator sword, the great sword, the axe. I did not put the soft goods on because I will have to figure out how to put that on, but it is awesome. Plus, I kind of like him without the soft goods on. This figure is incredible. Fabulous work here. Awesome articulation, awesome accessories. I just love every little paint detail on it. I am giving this 5 out of 5. Honestly, I might give it a 10 out of 10. I usually only do things on a scale of 5, but this figure is incredibly detailed. I mean, the green skull belt, you know, with all those little pieces, all the little satchels and things there, that's just incredible work. Very well, you know, done hand details, you know, little details here and there. Like I say, 4 Horsemen, definitely one of those artisan figure kind of quality figures. You're getting a lot for what you're paying for. Like I said, I only paid $50 for this, and you get all those accessories, all those different, you know, options and stuff like that. Really cool figure. Like I said, I give it a 5 out of 5. If you are a fan of barbarians and gladiators, this is definitely a figure for you. It is a great, you know, one-off figure. You don't have to have anything else with it. You don't even have to collect 4 Horsemen to enjoy this figure. I think this is just a really cool figure in general. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think in the comments down below. Share this with anyone you think might get a kick out of it. Subscribe if you're not already. If you are, thank you so much. Hit that notification bell. Slap that like, as they say. And I will catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you around.